This is the exact moment your new life begins. There comes a moment in every human life that cannot be measured by clocks, cannot be predicted by calendars, and cannot be understood by anyone except the person living inside it. It is not announced with trumpets. It does not arrive with permission. It does not knock politely. It arrives silently, like the first crack of light breaking through a prison wall that has held you your entire life. And that moment is this moment, not tomorrow, not next year, not when you feel ready, not when you have more money, more confidence, more approval, or more certainty, because readiness is a myth invented by fear. Most people spend their entire lives waiting for a signal that never comes. They wait for confidence before they act, not realizing confidence is born from action. They wait for clarity before they move, not realizing clarity is revealed through movement. They wait for the perfect conditions, not realizing perfection is the enemy placed in their mind by doubt to ensure they never begin. But something inside you already knows this truth. Something inside you is tired. Tired of repeating the same days, tired of carrying the same doubts, tired of being the person you have outgrown, because the person you are right now is not who you were meant to become. The person you are right now is only a reflection of your past beliefs, your past decisions, your past fears, and your past limitations. Your current life is not your destiny. It is your history. And history can be rewritten. There was a time when a man named Thomas Edison sat in darkness, surrounded by thousands of failed attempts, thousands of moments where the world could have told him to stop, thousands of moments where logic said, "This is impossible." But Edison understood something the average mind cannot comprehend. He understood that failure was not an ending. Failure was a process of elimination. Every failed attempt was simply removing what did not work, bringing him closer to what would. He did not see darkness as defeat. He saw darkness as proof that light was coming. And the same darkness you feel in your life right now is not your prison. It is your proving ground. Because everything changes the moment you decide. It changes, not wish, is right. A wish says, "I hope my life improves." A decision says, "My life improves now." And the universe responds differently to each. Most people live in a state of mental slavery without realizing it. They are not controlled by chains on their wrists, but by chains in their mind, chains forged from years of conditioning, chains forged from being told what they cannot do, who they cannot become, what they cannot achieve. They begin to accept limits that do not exist. They begin to see themselves as small. Not because they are small, but because they have been taught to believe they are small. But belief is not truth. Belief is a choice. A man named Henry Ford once declared something that sounded insane to the world. He declared that he would build a machine so affordable that the average person could own it. Experts laughed. Critics mocked him. Society rejected him, because the world always resists those who see what others cannot see. But Ford was not operating from the limitations of the world. He was operating from the vision inside his mind. He understood a principle that separates the powerful from the powerless. Your outer world will always reflect your inner world. Not immediately, not instantly, but inevitably. Because your mind is not just a passive observer of reality. Your mind is the architect of reality. Every building that exists today was once a thought in someone's mind. Every invention, every empire, every transformation began as something invisible, something uncertain, something fragile, a thought. And the same force that built empires lives inside you right now, because the world always resists those who see what others cannot see. But Ford was not operating from the limitations of the world. He was operating from the vision inside his mind. He understood a principle that separates the powerful from the powerless. Your outer world will always reflect your inner world. Not immediately, not instantly, but inevitably. Because your mind is not just a passive observer of reality. Your mind is the architect of reality. Every building that exists today was once a thought in someone's mind. Every invention, every empire, every transformation began as something invisible, something uncertain, something fragile, a thought. And the same force that built empires lives inside you right now. The other voice whispers greatness, expansion, transformation. One voice says, stay where you are. The other says, become who you are. And the voice you obey will determine the life you live. Most people never realize that their identity is not fixed. It is fluid. It is moldable. It is created and recreated every single day through the thoughts they accept and the actions they take. You are not trapped. You are programmed. And anything programmed can be reprogrammed. The moment you decide to see yourself differently, you begin to move differently. The moment you move differently, you begin to act differently.